This is the end of the 8-liter production. Very, very late. Here we have it. Thank you, Patronus, for bringing us this exceptionally interesting car.
I feel better.
Okay, ready?
You ready? All right. Hang on.
Now we see it speed 6 on the clock here by long-time contributors here.
He's got oil pressure now. He's getting started.
A BDP dual car fest. Arturo and Debbie, thank you very much for bringing this car to Pebble Beach.
Nothing like starting fluid.
Preview Model 8.
I'll jump in. Oh, you got it.
That concludes our parade of elegance. But we have at this time great pleasure.
How did these guys do competing? I don't know much of the history of this stuff, but how did this car seems like it would have handled way better than a Mercedes, the front engine car. Actually, the Mercedes did.
I'm here with Lucas Hooney with one of the most, well, certainly the most complex and fascinating Grand Prix cars of all time. Tell us what we have here.
Well, Delage for a short time was very, very advanced, very complex engine V12 by the engineer Planchon. What's special about it is that the exhaust comes out through the middle.
Right.
It's all roller bearing, something like 3,000 nuts and bolts. This car used to belong to Bob Sutherland.
Oh, sure,
years.
I know Bob. And this is what, a 4-cam, right?
Yes.
4-cam, twin magneto. How many liter?
2 liters.
2 liters.
It was a 2-liter formula before then. The next Delage changed to the 1500 formula.
Wow.
For a short while, they were very good. They didn't have enough money. They were not reliable. Mr. Delage fired Mr. Planchon in favor of Mr. Lorry. But it's arguably the first modern Grand Prix in terms of handling center of gravity.
Yeah. Wow.
And it was always beautifully presented. All engine turned with a blue clear lacquer, and impressed even Mr. Ferrari, who at that time was at the circuit for Alpha with the P2.
Right. Well, let's take a look at this engine bay here.
It's all engine
all
turned.
Safety wired. Yeah, very nicely done. It's a 2-valve, right?
Yes.
And only 2 liter. What's the horsepower on this?
About 180, 190.
Wow. From 2 liters in 1924.
Absolutely.
That's pretty good.
And in 25, then they added superchargers because it couldn't quite be fast enough.
Right.
So the next one, this is the interim 1924, and the next one in 25, which is Majoub's car, the Rowley car, that has superchargers.
And quite low to the ground as well,
yes.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, the center of gravity, if you see, is extremely low.
And it's a 2-man car, even in 24.
Yes, riding mechanic was mandatory until I think the end of 24.
Right.
And in 25 it could be that's why it was staggered.
Right.
And there are
the staggering, of course, is so you didn't hit the guy in the elbow.
Absolutely.
In the face.
And there were lovely photos where you actually see, this is in 1924.
Oh, these are the actual photos.
Yes,
Let's take a look.
at the San Sebastian Grand Prix. There were 4 team cars, and these are all the photos.
Wow, what a beautiful photo. Look how nice they are. Wow.
They're glass slides, so the quality. This is with all the competition, including Bugattis. You see they were actually quite leading in the times.
And look just how dusty and smoky the roads were.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
You got dirty back in these days.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it's so funny, we always see these cars so beautifully presented, but look just how rough and greasy and dirty they'd be after a race. Look at this. Look at the wear pattern on the tire.
Absolutely.
Which
they
is
didn't change them every race.
No.
They kept going. Look at the palm trees.
Yeah.
Fantastic lineup with all the Bugattis as well. They chose small and light riding mechanics.
Yeah.
So they could talk. And that handle is actually so he could stay in there and hold on for his life.
When the drivers are fat and the tires are skinny. It's a whole different thing. Big fat guy, skinny tire. Now it's the other way around.
Absolutely. Well, you're not speaking for yourself.
Yeah, I'm speaking for everybody.
That's Benoit.
Yeah.
Who was killed in the resistance during the war.
Yes, I remember reading that in the book. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, he was a hero.
This car was driven by René Thomas. It came 6th in the French Grand Prix, 6th in San Sebastian.
And was it just a little too complex?
Yes.
That was sort of the problem.
Yes.
So like the BRM later in the 50s.
Better than that, because the BRM was basically a total failure.
This
wasn't. It was quite competitive. It was in the lead in practice times, but it just lacked reliability. But it was basically...
And the fact that it's a 5-speed, that was quite rare.
It's incredible, and it's the whole handling and everything. It's very light.
And this is advanced and retard?
Yes.
Okay. And what are these 2 buttons?
They're a kill switch for what you have 2 ref counters, one for each bank.
Right.
And you can actually delete the firing of one bank. It was done to test to make sure that one bank run properly and then the other one, and then you can see where they both fire.
Sure.
And there's actually a trick when you engage gear. For a minute, you push that to get the rest further down to get the gear in. So it's
well. Let's fire it up.
And the sound, for many, this 12-cylinder sound, we know that even Mr. Ferrari was impressed when he was there for Alfa Romeo. Ready, Shawn?
Ready?
Yeah. banks run at the same rev.
Yeah.
Is the ignition retarded?
About fully advanced.
That's full advance now?
Retard is just a start, half retard. Sound is unique.
Wow, fantastic. Well, that's a nice piece of history. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Very nice.
Thank you
See
so
you.
much.